Hello, and welcome back to yet another Saturday episode of Bobson Rants while playing Team Fortress 2 badly. Haha. So, what is it I want to talk about this week while I am playing Team Fortress 2? I'm not really sure. Let's see. How about aliens? Aliens! Haha. Aliens invading. And are aliens real and that kind of stuff. Well, I don't know why I want to talk about it, but a couple weeks ago, the new Independence Day movie, the sequel to the 1996 big budget blockbuster movie, came out, and the aliens came back and invaded Earth again. And apparently, the movie didn't do so well, and no one really liked it, as no one went to see it, or at least not nearly as many people went to see it as you would think. For such a anticipated sequel, was it anticipated? I'm not really sure. But yeah, aliens invading the Earth and coming back. In the original movie, they had their butts kicked by the people and the scientists and all that kind of stuff in the most odd way, honestly. Just flying a derelict ship up to them and inputting a virus code into their computer systems. It's very odd that actually worked, but yeah. That's not what I want to talk about. That's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about aliens. Aliens, real aliens. Are aliens real? And the real question is, what do you mean by that question? Because there's the obvious question of, does alien life exist? And quite frankly, I believe it does. I mean, in the vast expanse of the universe, there's probably some form of life out there. And I'm not saying there's little gray men out there, but there might be, like, single-celled organisms, there might be bacteria, there might be tiny little creatures roaming around on a planet somewhere in the deep expanse of space. I mean, after all, there are billions of stars in the Milky Way galaxy, which is our galaxy, and there are billions of galaxies in the universe. So any number of them could have planets orbiting around them. Any number of those planets could have even simple life on them. So is there life in the universe? Probably, yeah. There is most definitely probably life in the universe. But what people really think about when they think about aliens and stuff like that is there intelligent life out there? Is there Star Trek, Star Wars type aliens out there where you have these weird, crazy-looking aliens? Or actually in the Star Trek universe, the aliens are kind of just blah. Basically humans with weird little things on their heads like Klingons or pointed ear Vulcans or something like that. But that was more along the lines of budgetary concerns for the Star Trek series. They basically had the aliens so simple simply because they could not afford the more expensive makeup. Whereas in like Star Wars, the aliens were kind of more outlandish and more elaborate, like Jabba the Hutt, which is just this massive slug guy, which is probably what a real-life aliens would really look like. I mean, I'm not saying they would look like Jabba the Hutt, but I'm saying they would be not humanoid, not looking like humans, if they were to evolve on another planet. I mean, the reason they look like that on Star Trek is because of budgetary concerns, like I said. I mean, granted, they did eventually kind of backspace that whole thing and give an explanation of why all the aliens look like humans in the next generation by saying that all intelligent life was seeded there by an ancient alien race that imparted their genetic structure into countless worlds and basically created the template for all intelligent life to evolve. But yeah, that's just a cheap cop-out to get around the whole fact that they just don't have the budget to have elaborate aliens show up all the time. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, aliens. Aliens! What you would really get if aliens, more complex aliens beyond simple single-celled organisms would show up would be random things. You would have random-looking aliens like you have in Star Wars that are like the friggin' Tutts or Wookiees or just those weird flying guys like, what was his name? Greedo? Not Greedo, what's it? I don't remember what his name was. I only don't really watch the Star Wars movies enough to know the names of all the characters. That little junkyard guy that Anakin and his mother lived with, that they belonged to as slaves. What was his name? There's something like that. Imagine aliens like that. That's probably what an intelligent or at least more complex aliens would look like. I mean, hell, just look at Earth. Imagine what an intelligent species would look like if it hadn't been humans, if it had been like elephants. Imagine an elephant as the intelligent dominant species of the planet. You wouldn't have a four-limbed, two legs, two arms kind of biped creature walking around in cities. You'd have a creature with four legs and a prehensile nose that they use to grasp things and use things like people use their hands. You would have a creature that has five limbs, essentially. I mean, granted, as a intelligent species, building cities and having large societies like that, it would really reshape how the society would be worked and how the cities would be designed, but still, it would work. And as far as spacefaring would go, I guess they would have to redesign the entire spacesuit. I mean, that would be kind of awkward, considering their primary breathing apparatus is also their primary grasping limb. That would look kind of odd. How would they breathe and still be able to function in space? I don't know. But I don't know. It's just random thought I just had. Damn it. Okay. Oh, but yeah, aliens could exist. There could be intelligent aliens out there. There could be highly advanced civilizations. Or there could be nothing out there. It could be incredibly rare. I mean, just look at the Earth. How long has there been an intelligent species on Earth? I mean, the human race has existed for what, 25,000 years as a society, as an intelligent species? Before that, we were just nomadic tribes roaming the wilderness for 100,000 years or so. But as far as like what we would consider an intelligent, advanced civilization, we have only existed for like a few thousand years. I mean, we've had we've had villages and stuff like that for 25,000 years or so, but more we would consider a society as a intelligent race not nearly as long. And yet the Earth has existed for billions of years. And life has existed on the Earth for hundreds of millions of years, going back to single-celled organisms, and even the dinosaurs dying out 65 million years ago. They existed for 100 million years or 200 million years. So us as an intelligent race has only existed on this planet for a fairly short amount of its lifespan. So how many planets out there are in a similar boat that their intelligent species has not evolved yet? They haven't developed yet. Or maybe they did develop, but they were all wiped out by a massive meteorite striking the planet, similar to what happened to the dinosaurs 65 million years ago. So, yeah, is there an intelligent species somewhere in the universe, similar developmental stage that we are? Maybe. Will we ever know about it? Probably not, for the simple fact the sheer distances of meeting those kind of people or talking to them or interacting with them in any real meaningful way, because quite frankly they could be on the other side of the galaxy. They could be on a galaxy 100 million light years away. So yeah, the odds of actually being able to get to them, odds of actually being able to talk to them, very unlikely, for the sheer logistical problems of traversing that distance, the amount of power it would take to get that distance away, the amount of power it would take to have a ship go that distance, and the time it would take to go that distance, even at the speed of light, would be insurmountable. And that's another thing people really think about when they think about aliens, is little gray men visiting the Earth, abducting cows and mutilating farm animals for some unknown reason, and abducting people from their homes in their sleep and sticking stuff up their butt. Now, people actually believe this. There are people out there who have alien conspiracy theories that there are little gray men coming to people's homes, abducting them in their sleep, and sticking probes up their butt. Now, this is an odd theory. I don't know where this started. I don't know why this started. But it was just something that someone came up with. Everyone else latched onto it. And it's persisted for decades now. And I don't know why. Why would an intelligent species capable of traversing countless light years of distance come to an alien planet and abduct random people and stick stuff up their butts. I just don't know. What is the logic behind this theory? What is the logic behind this conspiracy theory about aliens coming to Earth just to stick stuff up people's butts? I don't know. What could they possibly be gaining from that? I mean, what is this? What is the logic behind this theory? I just don't know. Uh, but yeah, any intelligent species that would be capable of not only figuring out how to do it, but actually creating a ship capable of traveling between worlds, between star systems in a relatively uh, not insane amount of time. Because the nearest star system to our own planet, our own star, our own sun, is 4 light years away. Even traveling at the speed of light, it would take 4 years to get there. So if they're coming from like halfway across the galaxy, that's like 70,000 light years or so. And even traveling at the speed of light, that would take 70,000 years. So yeah, any species that would seriously be a space traveling, interstellar, galactic spanning, galaxy spanning kind of civilization would need to have some way of traveling at or even faster than the speed of light just to do it in any reasonable amount of time. So traveling tens of thousands of light years to a planet just to stick something up someone's butt is just weird. I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah, I don't know why, but aliens were just on the mind ever since I saw the promos for Independence Day, and I was a real fan of the original Independence Day, despite the lackluster story, the kind of cliche storyline of humanity, fuck yeah, kind of thing, where they overcome these highly advanced aliens by just sheer dumb luck, honestly. That's what it comes down to. A sheer dumb luck of coming up with a random, insane idea of just uploading a virus into a computer system and having it destroy everything. I mean, how does that even work? You can't even get something like that to work on modern day Earth computer systems. How do you get a computer virus programmed to not only work as you want it to, but to communicate with an alien system that may or may not even be compatible with the program itself? I mean, you can't even do that with modern computers and ones that were made like 20, 30 years ago in the 1980s. They can't even communicate with each other without massive adapters and stuff like that. You have to adapt the programming, adapt the languages, completely different languages, and yeah, how do they even know that they have it written in the right language? How do they know what to target? How do they know what the hell they're doing? I don't know. But it worked. It worked in that movie, and to be perfectly honest, it was one of my favorite movies of 1996, but still, oh, it is sad that the sequel didn't do very well. I think it really would have been helped by Will Smith being in it. Though I don't know why he wasn't in it. Maybe he just didn't want to do it. Maybe he just didn't want to reprise the role. But he was very good in the original, and I wish he would have been in it because it probably would have done a lot better. Bah. Anyway, let's see. Anything else I want to talk about aside from aliens and butt probes? I don't know. Let's see what's going on my channel. Well, more Don't Starve, more Shopkeep, and more Terraria. I have finally got into the end game of Terraria that I've never been into before. I finally got into fighting the Moon Lord and taking on the towers and stuff. I did not succeed, which means I'm probably gonna have to do it again this coming week. More Shopkeep. I finally figured out a simple thing to get my series jump started and help out the development of my shop. If you missed it last week, go check that out and figure out exactly what it is I'm talking about. But I should be getting some of the more complex stuff unlocked in the shop this coming week, hopefully, thanks to a simple thing I probably should have been doing this entire time. And as far as Don't Starve, well, I have not starved yet, I have not died yet, and it is back to volcano season for me, so it is going to be very, very hectic over the coming episodes, the coming weeks. Hopefully I do not die. Hopefully I do not end the series in a very stupid way, getting hit by a meteor or at least a falling rock. Anyway, thanks for watching. I guess I'm going to end it right here and say thanks for watching. This has been Bobson. This has been another episode of Bobson Rants. And until next time, I will see you later. Bye.